I'd like to work on the wall run for this video. So I'm going to start off by doing the animations. So I've got the character open. So I just need to go into the animation tab, and because it's a run, it's going to be half a second long, so 15 frames. And I'll start with the wall run right. So from the back, I'm going to use this the center line as an imaginary wall. So I'm going to start off by, I guess I'll grab this, put his center, let's just say, we'll try maybe 3 units. Maybe it could be even more, it could be like out here. So about roughly six units. Maybe that's too much. Maybe 5. So this arm is going to do nothing. Maybe he's just out here. He's just out like this. This arm is going to be on the wall, like this. Okay, so his arm, it's kind of like bunched up here, so I'm going to have to move him out like that. Actually, before I do that, I'll try moving the arm forward. See if that helps it at all. Obviously needs to be leaning out. Start with this one, with this left foot forward. Kind of hard to see if he's touching. So it can be out here. This foot can be like this. I guess it makes sense to rotate him more, pull him out more, because his butt looks, maybe it's just the knee, maybe I need to pull the knee out. Okay, that's better. This arm could be this. I think this really needs to be down more. This one has to be up, because this one's going to want to return. This is probably better. Okay, so first frame, key. I'm going to worry about the feet first, so last frame is going to be the same. The middle frame, these two legs, these 2 feet are going to switch spots. And I guess as this one's coming back, it just stays on the wall, but on the way back forward, about here, this one on its way back forward, this one can be up. I definitely want him to be more forward like this. Actually, I should do it over in this frame. This. So I think the feet look fine, but obviously the arm and the body should be moving out. So these can be all the same, the first, last, and middle frames. But when he's on one foot, he'll come out. So he's got maybe I can animate this hand as well, where I go So this one can be forward. Same with that last frame. But this frame, it's back a bit. But on the return, so it's going to be seen mostly from the back. So I think it's going to be a lot faster in the engine. Okay, anyways, that looks okay. So I'm going to export this as main character wall run right FBX. And I'll save it as the same name for the Blender file. Wall run right. Okay, so that looks good. Now I need to do the same thing with the left, so I'm going to open up the default pose again. And same deal. Except this is going to be the left. Again, 15 frames. So I'll start off by moving the body to about 5 units. And I'm going to make it easier for myself, and I'm going to import the one that I just created. So like this. Just make it easier. So this one I'll start again with the right foot forward. the left foot forward, but it's going to be like this. It's going to be out here. And for this arm, so let's key the first frame. I'm going to start with the feet as before. Actually, this one has to be back like this. Okay, so I'll start with this one. So, this one has to be lower. Actually, no. This one's going to be higher. And this one has to be lower. So as this one returns, it'll be slightly off the wall. As this one returns, it'll be slightly off. And kind of overlapping. So with each step he needs to come out a bit. I don't know why this is intersecting so much. So we'll pull this one out. Okay, so the only thing I have to do is for the arm, turn. Okay, so play. I think that looks good. So, main character. Make sure I have all the geometry and armature selected. Export as FBX. And this one's going to be called wall run right. Oops. Oh no. Wall run left. I already have right. Okay, I'm going to save this as same name for the Blender file. Wall run left. Okay. Okay, so I just need to copy and paste those into my Unity folder. So from the Blender folder, wall run left, wall run right. I've also made adjustments to the wall slide, so I'm going to copy those and just dump it in here. And I'm going to quickly make sure that with the wall run, I'm going to check loop time, apply. Do the same for wall run right, loop time, apply. And this one already has it. Okay, so in the animator, I need to create, before I do that, I just want to, I made adjustments to the wall slide animation. I just want to make sure, I adjusted it so that it's more flush with the wall. So I just want to see that it's flush. There's a bit of a gap before. It looks pretty good. So I go here. He goes into the wall briefly, but no biggie. Okay, so in the animator, I need to create a blend tree, wall run left, blend tree, wall run right. So double click this, click on this, press the plus, add motion field. This will be wall run right. Double click that. This one will be wall run left. So I'm going to create a boolean can wall. I always call it wall run right, and another one called wall run left. So I guess I'm only gonna have these triggered when he's running. If he's walking and he detects the run wall, he's not going to do anything, but it only activates when he's running and jumping. So if he's not running and he's not jumping, he has to be doing both at the same time. Yes. Oh wait, no, he has to be jumping. I guess I'll make it, he doesn't have to be running. He doesn't have to be running, he doesn't have to be moving any particular speed, but he does have to be jumping. So if he detects the wall to run while he jumps, then he'll go into wall running mode. So these will all come from jump. Just to be on the safe side, I will do the same thing for the main blend tree. It's probably going to be absolutely useless, but just to be extra safe. So this one is no exit time. Wall run right is true. This one here has no exit time. Wall run right is false. This one here, plus button. Wall run left true, and on the way back, wall run right, wall run left false. So wall run right true, false, wall run left true, false. I do the same thing for this one. True. Okay, that should be good. I don't see what else I can do with that, but I'll just leave that for now. I'm gonna do a quick save. Okay. I want to start coding this now, so I want to go into my script for the main character, and I'll start off by creating two booleans. It's going to be called can wall run right, and another one called can wall run left, and I also need a serialized field. Wall distance right. Whoops. This needs to be a float. Float wall distance left. Okay. So in the update, I'm going to create. I'm going to trigger some functions. So one's going to be can wall run right. Can wall run left. And I want to create one called wall run right. Actually, these can all be capital. And wall run left. Okay, so first I'm going to call can wall run right. Can wall run right. Copy and paste this. Can wall run left. And I'll copy and paste both of these. And I'll call these ones wall run right and wall run left. So, wall run right, I need to do array cast. Let's call this hit. So because if he's facing this way and he's going to wall run right, so if he's facing towards the horizon, he's going to hit this wall, and the normal is going to be coming this way. So so the ray cast is coming from his side. So that means if raycast transform position transform has to be right. That would hit. Actually, let's type it out. If hit dot distance is smaller or equal to what did I call it? Wall distance right. Wall distance right. Then can wall run right equals true. Else if hit dot distance is greater than wall distance right, then can wall run right equals false. By default, these should be false. So I'm just going to copy, paste all this into the next method, except I'm going to change it to, because the wall is going to be on this side, it's going to be on the character's left. That means it's going to be minus transform dot right. The raycast comes from his left side, so it has to be negative of right. And comparing the hit distance, this hit distance, to wall distance left. And it's the can wall run left that is set to true. And down here it's can wall run left is set to false. Okay, so with that done, wall. I'm actually going to copy these raycasts because I need to repeat them. Because I need to know the position of the raycast, or the rotation of the raycast normal. I can't grab it from another method, so I have to recreate it in each of these. So here I'm going to say if can wall run right equals true, else if can wall run right equals false. I'm just going to copy what I did down here. And copy and paste this to wall running left. Except this would be oops. So if this is, I'll start with this one, wall run right. If can wall run equals true, then I need to set the animator control as false. Let's copy all this. So animator set wall run right. is true. Can control is set to false. And transform rotation is quaternion. So if it's detecting the wall on the right and he's facing this way, the normal of the wall is this way, but I need him to not orient himself to the normal forward, but the normal right, because he's going this way. So this would have to be transform right. Same thing. Oh, I got I put it in the wrong one. So this one is right, this one is left. So this is transform right. This one has to be transform right negative, because wall run left on this side. If he's running this way, then he detects a normal on this side, but the normal forward is this. But if he's going this way, that's but right is this way, that means the right is negative. So wall slide. So vertical movement. Okay, so I'm just going to compile this and see if this works. Let's see what it does. So all I'm checking for is to see if it detects the wall on the right or the left. So if it does, then it should just basically snap to the wall. And it's not snapping. Oh, could be because I forgot to set these values. So wall distance is 0.2, wall distance right, 0.2, 0.2. Oh, he just disappeared. So it is working, but it's just oriented the wrong way. Why did it do that? So as I get close to the wall, turn in transform rotation equals hit normal Okay, it sort of works now. I added, for the right, it was actually minus transform right, but for the left, it was just regular transform right. And it's because even though the normal is that way, the right of that normal would be this direction, but because the character is flipped, the character's direction would have to be that direction, which is, if this is his right in this direction, then this would have to be negative right. So I think that's what this is referring to. It says the player's negative right or left, and for the left, this would have to be transformed out right. So now I play, and I'm against the wall, but I turn. Then he goes into wall running mode. He's playing the animation, but as soon as I step out, I don't know why it's letting me do that though, because I have a can control set to false. Shouldn't be letting me. But if I go to this side and all of a sudden, I don't know why it stops, and I can't move out of it. Let me check my animations. I don't know what happened there. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what I did wrong, but the two sides are behaving differently. Okay, so the reason why the left wall run wasn't working is for some reason I imported it uh, incorrectly, and when I imported it again, I had to check the loop time again. Another thing that I changed is at the can wall run, or not the can, yeah, in the can wall run, I made another um, condition. If hit distance is smaller than wall distance, right, and running is true, then can wall run is true. But in order for it to be set to false, it just has to be a certain distance away from the wall. So now if I play, before I had it so that if I'm just walking, it would just start while running, but I only want it to work when it's running. So if I'm running and I go against the wall, then he's stuck there, which is exactly what I want for now. But for some reason, if I do it on the other side, let's just say I'm running this way, all of a sudden I can still control. So for some reason, this bit of code isn't working for the right side. Can control should be set to false. If can while run right is set to true. This one's working on the left side. Can control set to false. I'm not sure why, but for the time being, I'm going to copy and paste for my wall slide. I have sorry, not wall slide, the vertical movement. When I'm jumping while wall sliding, I have a start quarantine here, so I'm going to copy that. What that does is after 2 seconds it says vertical vector dot z is 0. Actually, no, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use start quarantine stop. I'll call it stop wall run. Copy and paste this. Put this down here as well. Stop wall run. I'll let him run for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, can wall run will be set to false, and when that's set to false, can control is set to true, and animator set bool wall run is false. So can wall run. So can wall run is set to false, and I'll also do the same. I'll just put both here. Can wall run. Oops. Can wall run right is equal to false, and can wall run left is also equal to false. So I'll just go check that out. So the reason why I'm giving it 3 seconds is it's going to be true. It's going to be running against the wall for 3 seconds. But I haven't added the movement yet, so I just want to double check that that it is moving forward, or that it is holding for 3 seconds. So if I run, the 1, 2, 3, and it stops. And it should be the same for this one. 1, 2, 3. There. So 3-second run. Okay, so I gotta add the forward movement while he's running, as well as I need to give him an opportunity to jump. So if there happens to be two walls side by side, he can jump sideways and forward a little bit to catch the next wall. So I'm sure a lot of people, anyone that's watching this, you've played games where there's wall jumping, and there's like multiple walls that you have to like bounce back and forth in order to get to the end of the obstacle. Okay, so I figured out a solution for the can control problem. So instead of using, for some reason, when I was wall running on the right side, let's just say can wall run right is true. This can control equals false. This wasn't working. It was working on the left side for some reason. But so instead of using this can control, instead what I did, what I originally had was if can control equals true, then I can like control the player. So this is all the script for moving the character around with the double W, S, A, and D. But instead of using this, I'm going to use if. It's going to check a bunch of things to see if can wall run is false, can wall run left is false, is grounded is true, and can wall slide is false. So now if I play, so if I run on the right side, I can't control it while he's running for 3 seconds, and then he relaxes after 3 seconds. And the same thing for the left side. Running, can't control it, and then he relaxes. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to add forward movement. So first I have to create some variables. I'm going to do something very similar to the vector3 vertical vector. So I'm going to create vector3 called forward vector. Or I'll call it a wall run vector. That way it's easier for me to remember. So wall, I just need to see what I did before with the vertical vector. Okay, so I'm using this bit of code. This is for when he's jumping up, or when he's jumping from wall sliding. I need to use this inside of wall run right, except I'm using the new wall run vector. What did I do wrong? Oh, okay. So it's constantly, as long as it's constantly because these are triggered by the update, these are constantly being triggered as well. So all I'm doing is toggling between two values. So how did I do it here? Oh, I need to create. serialized field. Wall run speed. And so I'm doing wall run vector, I guess it's the Z, which is the forward, is wall run speed. I'm going to copy and paste this for here for the wall run left. And I'm going to put another copy here, except this one's going to be 0 half. Oops. So if can wall run left is true, or can wall run right is true, then I go run speed. If either of those two is false, then I go 0. So I'm going to compile that. I grab the main character, have to set the value for run speed, or wall run speed. Regular run speed is 5, so maybe I'll try 5 for this one. It might be too slow, but we'll see how it goes. It's not working at all. Oh, I know why. This wall run vector, the vector 3, it only, if I'm going in the Z, it only does it in the world space. That's why when I was running on this wall, he was going nowhere. But when I was running on this wall, he popped forward like this. So this is the wrong script. This is the one that I need to use, transform forward Z. Where is it? Wall run speed. Wall run speed. if he's moving. Let's go over here. He's not moving one bit. If I kept those values. I found something that sort of works. First I made some vectors that I need to get rid of. Wait a minute. Originally I was doing this character controller dot move, and I was setting the value of the wall run vector. So instead of using this, all this, instead I'm using this bit of code, character controller dot move transform forward times wall run speed times time dot delta time. So I'm using it also down here for wall run left. So I can get rid of the wall run vector. And also in the start function I set the vector 3 to 0. And get rid of that. So the only thing that I'm using is this piece of code right here for the wall run right. And same thing for the wall run left. So it should be running forward only when can wall run left is true or can wall run right is true. So if I compile that, so he goes forward. But the problem is after 3 seconds he doesn't stop. I don't know why. He just keeps on going. And he stops after a long time. He gets stuck. I wonder if it has to do with the size of the walls. I'm gonna try making these much wider. Like this. I'll bump up the speed to double because I think it's kind of slow. So if I run this way, okay, it stops after 3 seconds. I guess when he gets to the end too early, before the 3 seconds, that messes it up. So maybe So if it detects the wall and is running, if this is true, then can wall run left is true. Same with the right, but if it's not detecting the wall, can wall run right or can wall run left is false, which means neither of these two should be triggered right away. If I put these outside, oh, I think I know why. So this right now is being triggered by stop wall run. The stop wall run coroutine after 3 seconds sets these to false. But I also need another else if, where if it's no longer detecting the wall. Maybe that's why. So maybe if I do another, it checks for the raycast. If it's true, then it does all this. If it's false, then it should do the exact same thing here. So I'm going to try that. So let's just say I start somewhere really close to the end, somewhere here. As soon as he reaches the end, he should stop, but he doesn't. I know what I did wrong. I just need to get rid of in this the raycast if and then the else. I need to get rid of this. I'm just checking if the raycast is hitting or not. If I'm checking to see if raycast is hitting or not, then I don't need this stuff in this brackets can wall because it's only applicable to here. So if I get rid of those, just keep it else, and I go play. Wait a minute. I also need to set this to can wall run is false. Can wall run is false. wall run works fine, but as soon as I start near the edge, he stops wall running right away, but he's kind of stuck in a running position, so I don't know. Oh, it works there. So if I works fine there. For some reason on the right side, what did I do different? Oh, wall run. This one's wall run, right? Okay. Forgot to change the L to an R. So if I go near the end, he stops immediately when you reaches the end. Okay, so that's perfect. A couple more things that I want to do. I want to do the jump. So the vertical movement is where I have all the jump stuff. So I'm going to copy and paste this. If can wall run right is true, so if the button is pressed and the can wall run right is true, which basically means he is wall running, because as soon as wall run right is true, then all this happens. He does the wall run animation and he moves forward, blah blah blah. If that's true, then he's going to jump to the other side, and we're going to create another one, copy and paste for the can wall run left. So all I need to do is vertical vector, use the X, transform right X, so if he's on the right wall, his right side is positive X, which means I need to go the left, which is the negative direction. If he's on the left wall, then he needs to go in a positive right. Yeah, so let's see if this works. Try that again. So this regular jump can only happen if can wall run left or wall run right equals false, and can wall run left equals false. Wall run jump does nothing. Well, maybe can wall. I need to play the I need to set these to false. So I need to free him up. Otherwise he's stuck on the wall. If I don't set these to false, then I think he's going to be, if this remains true, then he's going to be stuck on the wall. He's not going to jump. I think that's what's going on. So if he's running, okay, so if I press the jump button, he just stops. He doesn't go anywhere. Maybe instead of using this, I will use this one, character controller move. Transform. If he's on the right wall, I'm going to go negative, transform right. If he's on the left wall, I'm going to go positive, right. I'm not going to use wall run speed, I'm going to use 0 or 1F and 1F. I have a feeling that if that works, then he's going to move indefinitely, so I have to find a way to stop it after. Oh, that does nothing. So maybe there's nothing wrong with the original one. Maybe there's something else that's stopping it. Before I figure out that the wall run jump, I'm going to work on the camera while he's wall running. So kind of like when he's wall sliding. When he's wall sliding, he does the camera does move into a position. So I'm going to do something similar. So I'm going to create an empty called cam wall run right. And another one called, whoops, cam wall run left. So for the wall slide, I have one where the camera on his left side is pointing this way. That's why it has an angle, and the camera on the right side, if it swings to the right side, it's going to be over here. But when he's wall running on the right wall, then the camera should be about here. Go minus 45. But if he's on the left wall, then the camera should be pointing this way. Actually, when he's on the right wall, it should be 45, pointing that way. So all I have to do is go into the script. I have to create a couple game objects. Cam wall run right. Cam wall run left. So all I need to do is in the update function, this is where I did the this is where I manipulated the camera for the wall slide. So I'm going to do the same thing. If can wall run right is true, else if can wall run right equals false. Just need to copy and paste this. So I'll do the same thing for the left. So in both cases, if they're false, then I can just copy and paste this one, the camera rotator, get set back to camera rig rotation. But if either of these are true, then the cam rotator rotates towards cam wall run right rotation, and if the cam wall left is true, then I just need to change this to an L. So I'm going to compile that. Back in here, so in the main character, I just need to fill these in. I drag and drop. Cam wall run right. So if I play, let's just say I'm up against the wall. As soon as I turn and run, oops, that didn't work. Why did that not work? So I figured out why it wasn't working. So basically when the wall sliding is false, originally I had it so that if it's false then the cam rotator goes back to its original position, but it needs to be set, not only does that need to be set to false, but it has to check if can wall run right and can wall run left is also set to false. You have to do the exact same thing for if can wall run is true, but if it's false, I have to make sure that can wall run is false, as well as can wall run left is false as well. No, speaking of which, I need to make sure. As well as sliding is false as well. The reason why is because, let's just say, if can wall run is true, then I can rotate the camera to its position. But if that happens to be false, if I just put this in but leave all this out, then one of the other else if functions is going to push it back to the regular position. No matter what this is, even if this is true, even if it's trying to go to this position, this is going to constantly push it back to the default position, and unless this is all added. So now, there's probably a smarter way to do this, but I think I'll have to just leave it for now. So if I wall run and it snaps the camera, if I go on the other side, it snaps camera and I can't move the camera around. Actually, I can move the camera around, but it just snaps back. So I move, it just snaps back. Okay, so now I gotta figure out the jump. So I've sort of got it working. So I'll show you the script first. So when okay, when the jump button is pressed and can wall run right is true or the wall run left is true, then the vertical vector dot y is the same that's used for the wall sliding jump as well as the regular jump off the ground, except I'm using 0.25. I also need to set the animator to while run right is false. In the case of the left, I need to set while L run left false. And I need to start the thing that's going to make the player jump sideways is this piece of code here, transformed opposition plus equals transform right times wall run jump speed times time dot delta time. But the wall run jump speed, by default, I set it to basically create a new variable, float wall run jump speed. Instead of setting it in the serialized field in the editor, I'm just going to do it here. So by default, 0. But when the jump button is pressed, it's set to 10. It's set to -10 if it's running on the right side. If the wall is on the right side of the character, if it's on the left side, then it's 10. If it's on the right side, it's -10. And then starts a start coroutine stop wall run jump. And after 2 seconds, it sets the wall run jump speed to 0. So it only jumps right from the wall for 2 seconds before it stops. So that's the basic code. So if I play it now, if I run, wall run and then jump, then he gets sent to the right. And if I do the other side, jump while he's run jumping, then he pushes off to the right. I'm thinking that there should be some forward movement as well. So maybe if I copy and paste this, go forward, and then wall run jump speed will be divided by, I don't want him to go too far forward, so maybe half. Let's see what that does. Actually, instead of doing this, that could also feed in a negative value if he's on the right wall. So I'll just put a numerical value of 5. So this would be handy in the case that if he's wall running, but he wants to jump onto a platform. I don't know what happened there. Oops. Oh, that's wrong. Wall run. Guess I need another variable. Wall run jump forward speed 0. So I'll put And he presses jump. This will be wall, run, jump, forward, speed. Why is that redded out? Oh, right, P, okay. Run, jump, forward, speed. So in each of these cases, wall, run, jump, forward, speed equals 5. Same here. It's going to be positive 5 in both cases. And in the stop, wall, run, jump, this is going to be set to 0. Okay, so I'm running, while running, jump. So he's in a more forward position. So let's just say while running, I'm going to adjust this to, I'll try 10. So he goes way forward. I'm going to try closer to the ledge, or closer to the far side, so I can get a, I can use that shadow line as a reference point. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to cut it off here. The only thing that I would like to work on is if I'm wall running and then I jump, as soon as I hit the other wall, I want it to start run jumping, or wall running on that other wall. I tried coding it, but it didn't work, so I need to find a different way. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it off here. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully I'll see you in future videos.